your comments about Benghazi last week play into your decision to step aside today?
Well, that wasn't helpful. Yeah, I mean, I could have said it much better. But this Benghazi committee was only created for one purpose: to find the truth on behalf of the families for the 4 dead Americans. I should not be a distraction from that, and that's part of the decision as well.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is Susan Ferrechio. She is the chief congressional correspondent at the Washington Examiner, panelist on the McLaughlin Group. Hello, Susan.
Hey, how you doing, Steve?
I'm doing well. Busy, crazy day in your world there at the Capitol. So, how shocking was this on a scale of 1 to 10?
Well, I was standing at a back door to where the meeting was taking place, and one of the members came out and told me he withdrew, and I just thought he was kidding. I didn't believe him. I thought he was making it up. I had to keep asking the question over and over again. It was really surprising because just logistically it didn't make sense. McCarthy this morning was delivering his pitch to Republicans in the House ahead of this meeting, so just 4 hours later, between 8 a.m. and now, around now, he said, I'm dropping out. And that's very unusual, just given that he knew the lay of the land at 8 a.m. So what changed between then and noon, it's very surprising.
Well, then, Susan, obviously that's the question. Now, I'm going to just say, and I'm going to ask you it this way. There are published reports out there that say that there is something personal, and I had heard yesterday, or saw something yesterday, that said, hey, anybody running for speaker, you know, if you have anything in your closet, do not run. Is there a fear? Do you believe that something personal might come out, and that's why he dropped out?
Well, a lot of people asked that question. We asked it of him, we asked it of the other members, and everybody said the same thing. You know, McCarthy said it has nothing to do with it. The elephant in the closet was not why. And the other lawmakers said they don't know anything about it, and that they don't know if that's the answer either. The way the withdrawal is being pitched by McCarthy and company is that he didn't think he could ever get to 218. But a lot of people think he could have. He needed 218 votes to win the speaker's race on the House floor. Today he would have gotten, you know, a majority of the conference, but not 218. So he would have had to work his way up to that number over the coming weeks by negotiating with conservatives. But I've been spending a lot of time with these conservatives in the hallways in the past few days and weeks, and they're willing to negotiate. They were willing to work with Kevin McCarthy. They said they were as shocked as anybody that he just quit and there were no negotiations.
Right, and we've heard that he would, I think you and I might have even spoken about this after Boehner left, or announced that he was leaving, that he'd appoint some of the conservative, more conservative congressmen to leadership positions, and that would go a long way in getting the votes that he would need.
Well, I think what they wanted were some very specific and significant changes in the House rules. And so I was told maybe he thought there's no way he could give them what they wanted in terms of that, and that he would never be able to get the 218. And then he decided first he would try to see if he could get 218 in conference today, and if he didn't get that, he would withdraw. But then he just decided to withdraw. So the surprise here is extremely sudden, and it's ended his chase to get that 218 that some people thought, you know, that he could reach. Some people thought it was attainable.
All right, so
and that's what the surprise is.
So what does this mean now? I mean, you know, Chaffetz, Ryan says no, and Gowdy says no. Who might be there? And what about Boehner? Is Boehner going to now willingly want to stay on longer, or have to stay on longer?
No, he said he's going to stay, and the lawmakers who are in his class, so to speak, have been around like Boehner has. They want him to stay. They don't want him to leave. Right, well,
what do you mean? What do you mean stay? Stay beyond October, the end of October?
Yes. But he may not have to. It could be that in the coming weeks they find a compromise.
Well, who do you think? Who do you think that compromise person might be?
I don't know. And in fact, we've asked everybody. You know, we're all roaming the hallways. Who do you think? Who do you think? Nobody has a good idea who it might be. I mean, I'm told that some people may jump in the race in the coming days, and this thing just happened, so people are just murmuring and talking now about who might throw their hat in the ring. You know, I always wonder about, you know, if I had to wonder off the top of my head, a Jeb Hensarling who said he wasn't running. What about Kathy McLaurin-Rogers, the conference chairwoman? What about, you know, just picking another chairman of a committee, Jason Chaffetz? he's still running. They didn't have the election.
Yeah,
So was
yeah.
Daniel Webster, who was endorsed the Freedom
All right,
Caucus.
well, Susan,
members
this is going to be very
Webster, so,
this is going to be very interesting. I thank you very much for your time. We'll
Sure.
speak to you soon.
Thanks a lot.
Susan Ferrechio, folks. All right, I want to remind you that coming up tomorrow night, we're going to continue our conversation with Ben Carson at 7 p.m. Eastern. And our sit-down, he'll be joining us to discuss Obamacare and how its policies are destroying small businesses and talk more about his book, A More Perfect Union. At 7 and 10 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, only on the Steve Malzberg Show, only on Newsmax TV. And we want to hear from you. Who's your choice for 2016? We want you to vote. Go to newsmaxpolls.com and vote now, newsmaxpolls.com.